All right, so there's been a second assassination attempt on the life of former President Donald Trump. And guys, first off, let me just debunk this notion that Trump is somehow some type of dictator, that Trump is somehow a threat to democracy. I've mentioned this time and time again. Let me talk to you about what dictators do not do. Dictators do not deregulate. All right, Trump deregulated the system when he was in office. For every what was it? For every one regulation, he cut two. Would a dictator do that? Would a dictator weaken the government system? Would a dictator support 2A rights? Now, don't get me wrong. I have my frustrations with the bump stock ban when it came to Trump, but otherwise, this guy was going to NRA meetings. He was supporting 2A rights. Would a dictator do that? Would a dictator allow the American people to be armed? Of course not. Would a dictator cut taxes? No, a dictator would not want to put money back in the hands of the American people. A dictator simply wouldn't do that. Would a dictator leave office? Oh, Carl, there was January 6th. Oh, my God. He said, go and peacefully and patriotically protest. And you had a couple hundred people that got out of hand. Otherwise, you have the DOJ that is going after grandmothers, nannies, former law enforcement officers that did nothing more than walk into a state freaking Capitol building. Give me a break with that nonsense. And you have no moral authority to mention J6 if you're not going to talk about the George Floyd riots of 2020 and the Antifa attacks on cops in places like Portland and Seattle. So don't give me this crap on J6. Furthermore, did Trump ever weaponize the DOJ against his political opponents? Regardless of how you feel about the man, don't sit here and tell me that he's a threat to democracy when everything the left has done, everything the left has said about this man in context of being a threat to democracy is literally projection. It's what they've done. Did you see Donald Trump use the big tech industry to censor his opponents? For God's sakes, man, people wake up, wake up. There is no freaking way that there should be a second assassination attempt on Trump, and this easy. By the way, the Biden-Harris administration owed Trump an apology. Biden owes Trump an apology. Kamala Harris owes Trump an apology. Don't give me these little statements on X, these little notes on X. Give me a freaking break. Kamala Harris, your entire campaign isn't built upon substance. It's built upon people hating Donald Trump because you have nothing to offer. We watched that disastrous interview in Pennsylvania, your second interview with the local host, and it was a disaster. You still couldn't answer basic questions. Why anyone would trust you in office, I have no idea why. But all you do is spur hate. That's all you and Biden have done your entire presidency, is stir up hatred against other American people and then sit here and pretend like you're the virtuous one when you've got nothing to run on. You're not flip-flopping, you're lying. How is it? And I'm going to give you the skinny, for those of you that may not be informed, I'll give you some information. We have a few videos that I want to show you as well. How is it? And it's a simple question. How is it that this would-be assassin, this second assassination attempt, how is it that he knew where Trump was going to go, where Trump was going to be when it wasn't publicized? Tell me, how does something like that occur? Everybody within Trump's circle, every security, Secret Service, all these people, everybody around in his security apparatus needs to be sat down and questioned. This makes no sense whatsoever. Why the hell, after you've already had a July 13th occur, the first assassination attempt against Donald Trump's life, you tell me why wasn't his security detail buffered to a point where it should be? He should have the type of security detail, frankly, that Joe Biden has. Joe Biden isn't doing anything. He's not doing anything but taking vacations. So why not bump up the security detail for Trump? Kamala Harris, too, to be fair. But Trump more so. No one's attempted to assassinate Kamala Harris, and God forbid no one will. No one's attempted to assassinate Joe Biden, and God forbid no one will. But they have attempted to assassinate Trump twice. I mean, this is absolutely insane. And by the way, no one can make you act out violently. You had Lester Holt, and you had some of these people on these media sources, MSNBC, CNN, ABC. Oh, by the way, Lindsay Davis came out and admitted, I believe, to the Los Angeles Times that she and David Muir of ABC, the moderators in the last debate, did in fact work to make sure that they would fact check Donald Trump, but that they wouldn't fact check Kamala Harris. They didn't want to do what CNN did. I mean, allow a debate between two candidates so the American people could decide. They wanted to be the fact checkers, and their fact checks were wrong. Their fact checks were freaking wrong. They allow Kamala Harris to sit and lie about that Charlottesville hoax yet again. That has been debunked by Snopes. You can go back and hear the videotape. Kamala Harris lied about late-term abortion, saying that states, no, that doesn't exist. States don't do it. 9 states plus D.C. does it. And they didn't fact check her at all. But this is what the media has come down to. It's always blame Trump. And I'm not saying that Trump doesn't say some stupid things, because sometimes, frankly, he does. But at least he's a president or former president that is of, for, and by the people, that still believes in the Constitution, and nobody can incite you to violence. He's the victim of violence. And this stuff just makes me upset. All right, let's play a couple video clips. I sent a few to Gabe before we got started here, and then I'll just give you a brief breakdown of the events that occurred yesterday. I just wanted to make sure that I was on record. By the way, make sure you check me out tonight. I will be on the Larry Elder Show, sitting in for him. Before we get to the video, I do want to remind you that today's show is brought to you in part by MyPillow.com. You've asked at MyPillow, listen, they're finally bringing you the most requested offer ever right now. You can get the queen size premium MyPillow for just $19.98. MyPillow is made with a patented adjustable feel. It adjusts to your exact individual needs regardless of your sleep pattern. It helps to keep your neck aligned, and it holds its shape all night long so you get the best sleep of your life. Plus, it stays cool. I like that because I can get sweaty. But that's not all. You can get their 6-piece kitchen or bath towel sets for just $25. The brand new mattress topper for as low as $69.98, and the famous MyPillow bed sheets for as low as $25, and so much more. All you have to do is go to MyPillow.com or give them a call at 800-858-0263. Again, that number, 800-858-0263. Use the promo code Carl, C-A-R-L. I don't spell it like the commie. Get huge discounts on all MyPillow products, including the premium queen size MyPillow. Again, for just $19.98. That's the lowest price ever. Do not delay. Order today. Use promo code Carl at checkout. Okay. So let's get to some video. This is what he has to say in regards to the assassination attempt on the former president's life, the second assassination attempt. This is how responsible Lester Holt is and his news organization. Let's go ahead and roll it, por favor, Gabe.
Today's apparent assassination attempt comes amid increasingly fierce rhetoric on the campaign trail itself. Mr. Trump, his running mate J.D. Vance continue to make baseless claims about Haitian immigrants in Ohio. This weekend, there were new bomb threats in that town. Our Maggie Vespa is in Columbus, Ohio, with more.
Lester, simply put, Springfield, Ohio has been inundated by threats. Over the last several days, closing government buildings, schools, hospitals. Today, effectively closing a local university campus after administrators said someone threatened a mass shooting targeting Haitians. This in light of, officials say, a false online conspiracy theory alleging Haitian immigrants in that city are eating people's pets.
This is the mainstream media at work, and this is what they always do. So there were threats, and then there was an actual assassination attempt with a perpetrator that was being captured. And by the way, it's amazing to me that NBC News wants to report what Donald Trump did. All right, so he went a little. The pet thing is a little bit, wacky, I guess. Apparently, there's no evidence. However, there are, from what I understand, there's some 911 calls. I haven't delved in deep. I'm not going to go there. Here's the point. The bottom line is you drop 20,000, estimated 20,000 illegal Haitians. And by the way, they are illegal. I know what Kamala Harris did, and Joe Biden technically makes them illegal. They gave them asylum. They gave them temporary status for the time being, but they were brought into the country illegally. They didn't go through the regular citizenship pass. They drop them in Springfield, Ohio. They drop them in rural America, a city that is not a wealthy city by any stretch of the imagination, a city that has a population of approximately 59,000 people from what I've read. And you drop about 20,000 illegal Haitians in there, people that have not assimilated into the country, people that are going to bring their custom and their culture into a culture that already exists. You're going to overwhelm the schools. You're going to overwhelm the hospitals. Insurance rates are going to go up, obviously, for people that are driving, because I just learned, I didn't know this, only about 5% of Haitians in Haiti even drive cars. This isn't a knock on Haitians. This is a knock on what the Biden and Harris administration are doing all across the country. It just happens to be in Springfield, Ohio, and these illegal immigrants happen to be Haitian. I'm not mad at them for any customs that they bring because they were not told to assimilate. Freaking make it's insane. So NBC News won't report on the border. They won't hold Kamala Harris responsible for being the damn border czar, but they want to report on this freaking thing. Trump almost gets shot. Oh, and it's blame the victim. These people are sick. They are freaking sick. God have mercy, man. God have mercy. All right, next one. Let's go up. This is listen, I got to give Steve Deace credit. I did not know this. I saw this for the first time on his X account. He's with the Blaze, but apparently, what are the odds? What are the odds that the first, the first guy that attempted to assassinate Trump is in the same BlackRock video as the second guy that attempted to assassinate Donald Trump? Gabe, we have that one. Let's go ahead and roll it. Just going to the next one up, if you would.
Of the action is to appeal to what leaders.
There he is.
What organization?
And apparently there's longer video where the first Thomas Crooks is in that video as well. What are the odds? What are the freaking odds? It's absolutely insane. Here's another video real quick. This is MSNBC's Alex Witt arguing that it's the Trump campaign that needs to turn down the rhetoric, right? Because Donald Trump is going to get himself killed. Why? Because there's crazy Democrats out there. And again, I'll give you some information on this guy quickly. Let's roll the next one, Gabe. This is Alex Witt on MSNBC. Let's watch.
Yeah. Do you expect there to be calls from within the Trump campaign to do that? Because he's going to reach out to his supporters and say, let's take this down. We do not know, again, the source of any gunshot or gunshots. We don't know who's responsible for this. The whole thing has yet to be 100% confirmed from start to finish how this all played out. But do you expect to hear anything from the Trump campaign about toning down the rhetoric, toning down the violence, or would that be atypical of the former president?
Well, Alex, remember back to the assassination attempt on President Trump's life and how, there was talk of a new tone, and then the Republican convention was, by Trumpian standards, muted. And it did seem like he was, just trying to take it down a few notches. But then by the end of his convention speech, we were kind of back to where we started. So I don't know how long this could, this moment of unity for the country where we come together and we say, I don't want any political opposition to be under threat of violence. It's not okay. Any threat of violence, we don't want.
All right, cut this moron off.
Love for us to
cut
have
this
a
moron off.
moment,
this is. I'm sorry. I don't even want to hear it anymore, Gabe. This is so sickening. This is so sickening. This guy, listen, we know that Trump is going to be Trump. We know that Trump can say some crazy things, but we know that he was also, we know that he was a good president. I don't like everything he says, but I enjoy his policies. And here's what, listen, you can vote for the man's policies. You can not like the man. All right. The same is true for Kamala Harris. If you want to vote for